Hello, Chris.
Hi,
Today we want to
Kirsten.
talk about what you like about the Solutions Academy learning and teaching methodology. And with the other people trainers that I've talked to, what do you think is most surprising about our teaching methodology to students, to participants, to trainers?
Um, I think one of the first things that stands out for me is that the most surprising thing is that click moment, because the amount of times that people are inside a coaching situation, learning how to coach by coaching without realizing that they're learning to coach by coaching, and then clicking, going, oh, but this is it. That for me is one of the most wonderful moments. And it takes a while for that to click in, but it really is that beautiful moment of not telling somebody what to do, giving the opportunity to do it, then them doing it and going, but I can do this. I love it.
There is a beautiful story of one of the founders of coaching by Tim Galway, and he was coaching someone in tennis, and this guy was saying, well, I can't do, I think it's a backhand, is that called, right? Something
Yeah.
I can't do that, and I always do it wrong. And then Tim says, okay, can you demonstrate how you do it wrong? And then he demonstrated how you do it wrong. And then Tim said, okay, now can you tell me just show me, how would you like to be able to do it instead? And so he did. And he did that 5 or 6 times. And Tim was like, yeah, okay, I'm just not going to say anything, but he's just done it 5 times. And then after like 10 times, the guy realized, well, shut the front door, I'm doing it.
Exactly. It's beautiful that it's that moment, that shut the front door moment that you're like, that wow, I'm really here, I'm really doing this. It's not just a theory in my head, it's something that I'm actively participating in. It's wonderful.
What else do you like about teaching in the way that we teach?
Honestly,
Maybe I can say.
yeah, exactly. You know, Kirsten, coming from the background of being a teacher, I often don't feel like I'm teaching because I think one of the things is being able to step back and allow people to experience and play and grow and be. It's sometimes the role I feel sometimes is introducing a concept and then observing the concept take root. That's what I see and that's
Or
what I
not, if
feel.
somebody decides they don't like it. I think,
Absolutely.
if you try something and it's like I don't know, walk in those shoes a little bit, and then you see, do they fit
Yeah.
or do they not fit? And if they fit you, you take them on, something like that.
Yeah.
You
And
keep
there's
them.
a
If
lot.
they don't fit, you don't.
Yeah. And there's a space for that because it's not force fed. It's not
Yeah.
something that I'm telling you this is it and you have to do it in a specific way. It's like this is a useful option. Yes, it works for those that use it. Try it, enjoy it, adapt it to what you already have. And I think with the adult education, I had a talk with someone yesterday and they wanted to be a coach, a new coach. And they'd been in a specific industry for 13 years and they got laid off. And I said to them, but it's not you're leaving all those 13 years behind. You are those 13 years, and now you're taking a coaching approach and building on top of that, which allows each person that we come in and train or teach or give the space to learn how to coach the opportunity to stand on who they are already and then develop their coaching based on solution focused approach on top of who they are. If it works, do more of it, right?
Exactly. I mean, and that doesn't mean that we will not give feedback. I mean, there are some coaching schools that don't give feedback at all. So if somebody says, I want to be a good coach, and we see what they're doing is not coaching, then we will tell them, okay, you're doing this. That's different from what ICF, EMCC, and Solution Focus and other people experience as coaching. You're free to continue that, but if you want to pass the coaching performance evaluation, you would probably need to adapt. So it's not like we're not giving feedback, but it's feedback oriented at what our students want, what they want to learn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think what you just shared about having, the guidelines of EMCC and ICF is also so beneficial, because it's not just teaching a coaching approach. It's teaching a coaching approach that is qualified under the stamp of approval of the leading coaching authorities. And then how to implement the coaching approach with what shows up as good and respectful coaching. I'm very grateful for that. And I think the opportunity that we have through the mentoring, people come into that first mentoring very trepidatious. Oh no. And people can't wait for their second or third mentorings usually, because of the way that we offer that feedback and that opportunity to grow is it's not a critical eye. It's really an eye that you loosen up the soil so that even more water can reach the roots and it can grow deeper and stronger.
And I think from my way of how I like to mentor is to look at what are people doing that is already going in the direction of the qualification that they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe their intention, sometimes it can happen in coaching that your intention is really, really good, but it just comes across as not coaching.
Right.
So, for example, you have a brilliant idea and you just blurt it out and tell your client. Then I wouldn't go, but you should, but okay, so your intention, what was your intention behind doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And how can you kind of live this intention, but do it in a coaching way next time?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's never about proving anyone wrong or telling them that they had the wrong intention or whatever. I always assume people are wish to be competent, people wish to do something good for the other person, for their clients, and then we'll just see how this can be done in a little bit more elegant or more coaching way or something like that. I don't know what your experience is here.
I agree with that. I think one of the ways that sometimes I give feedback around the mentoring is for the coach, but also the competencies. So it's not just technically focused on, fixing the gears on the bike so that the bike can move better, but it's also appreciating the bike. It's a beautiful bike. It's a nice color, and I like this about the bike. And if you change into second gear, this might be really useful to try next time if you want to go faster. I had another thought while you were talking, Kirsten, if I may. The other thing that I really love about our training spaces is that the space is owned by everyone in the space. Because we allow people the space to explore and try and learn and play, it doesn't feel like the training space is held up on strings by the trainer. It really feels like the trainer's opening the door and everyone comes in, and it's an incredibly participatory space. Everyone takes a role, everybody's involved. There's questions, there's talking, there's sharings. And every group has a unique personality that forms. And I think that's one of my favorite things, because I fall in love with each group that we work with, because I think someone once said, Solutions Academy only attracts nice people. And
if you're a nice person, come train with us.
Yeah. So those are my thoughts. And that's someone, of course, Kirsten, is you.
Thank you so much, Chris. I hope this has given whoever is watching a little bit of a taste of what we're trying to do
Mm.
and what we do in the trainings and mentorings. And if you feel that fits with how you learn, book a free info call with Chris, or come to one of our free coaching meetup and exchange with Chris and me, or with Chris and Bede.
Mhm.
And looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Ciao.